Alright, welcome. Welcome to a Slant Alpha adventure. That is going to be a Slant LIMA adventure. And we do these from time to time. Maybe not so true to the name of the channel, but definitely like doing some occasional airliner flying and trying to do some unique themed flights for you as well. So tonight we're resurrecting a blast from the past. Do a flight in the PMDG 747, Queen of the Skies. Long live the Queen. And we're going to resurrect a flight from the 1973 Pan American schedule. You guys know that I don't like to do long haul flights very much. So this is going to be a domestic U.S. medium haul flight that was flown in the 747 back in 1973 for Pan American Airlines. And so here's the let's see, let me go back here. So this is the website that I use to look up historical airline timetables. It's called departedflights.com. You see up here. And whoops, and departedflights.com. And they have scans of historic timetables from dozens and dozens of airlines that go back decades. So those of us who are into aviation history and airline history can kind of relive some of the glory days of the 747 or some of our favorite defunct airlines. And so here's the Pan Am schedule from 1973, and they've got a bunch of different images for the complete timetable. These used to be published and freely available to the flying public. Nowadays you get it online. You can do a search for the cities that you want. But if you were looking for a flight back in the day, you'd open up this book. You'd look up your destination up here, and where you're headed to down here, San Francisco in our case. And you can see that they have a daily flight leaving at 00:15 local time. Daily Monday, Wednesday, Friday flight leaving at 8:45 local time. Let's see, we can just kind of highlight this here for you. So these are the flights to San Francisco here. The frequency, departure and arrival times here. This is flight number here, and this is the equipment. So you can see exactly what type of equipment they had scheduled for any given flight. So we're going to do this one here. This is the one I logged on as just now. I wasn't sure which flight number I was going to use because you never know, someone else has already claimed that call sign on the VATSIM network. And so that's the one we're going to fly as at 8:45. It was a daily flight that departed Los Angeles at 11:35 and arrived in San Francisco at 12:40. And it was flown in a 747. Now, Pan Americans 747s were more accurately 747 100s and 200s. So we're going to take a little bit of liberty here. But yeah, the other thing is I don't have a Pan American livery installed for this plane. This is like I said, this is the PMDG Queen of the Skies. Whoops, that's not what I meant to do. What I want to do here, close window, yep. Let's change the main view. View mode, outside, spot. So we're flying on the United livery, but I'm logged on as PAA 845. PAA standing for Pan American Airlines, but that was verbalized over the radio as Clipper. Now the other thing is that the terminal configuration has changed here at Los Angeles a little bit. This section used to be where Pan American's heavy gates were, so you can see my wingtips into the building here a little bit. So again, we're taking a little bit of liberty with history because things have changed since 1973, just a touch. So we're kind of just making do with what we got. The other thing is I'm using the stock Los Angeles scenery, which I know is kind of crappy, But I didn't see a good freeware update to Los Angeles, and the payware I just ran out of time. I didn't have time to buy and install one real quick. I did install Flight Beam's San Francisco scenery. So when we get up to San Francisco, we should have a very nice, pretty version of SFO when we get up there. But let's get back into the airplane. Actually, let's set the view to top down. Although I mean, there's my departure runway right there, probably. So we shouldn't need too much by way of top-down navigation. Should be a pretty easy taxi out. But let's just set it to top-down mode just in case. So there's Los Angeles International. And then let's get back inside the airplane. And it takes a few seconds for the textures to load up and whatnot. But we're going to get right into it. I'm hoping to go wheels up at 0030 Zulu. That means getting up and running in the next 15 minutes. So we'll roll through it as quickly as we can here. Let's go ahead and get the ground power and the AC up and running. In the PMDG, those functions are accessed through the MCDU here. Menu. FS actions, ground connections, request ground power, request AC. The battery switch, close that up. Standby power goes to auto. That is here. External power goes on twice. 1 and 2. IRS knobs to align. 1, 2, and 3. You can hear some systems testing as they boot up. Arm the emergency lights. Where's that one? Up here. Okay. Where's that up? Get the nav lights on, wing lights on, logo lights on. And we'll open up the cargo doors. Let's see, where are we? Oh, here we go, these three. 1, 2, 3. We're going to set the fuel and payload. That is also here. Payload will hit set random, but we might hit it a couple times just so, that's about half full. We'll go with that. That's good enough. Sometimes I hit it a couple times just because I don't want, packed to the gills, or sometimes the random one will, put like 5 people in it. So you get something weird like that. So sometimes I'll hit it a couple times just to get something reasonable, but this is about halfway full. And for a short leg like this, that's probably reasonable. The next thing, we'll go back and do the fuel. The fuel load, starting fuel load, I have calculated as 88,460. Now that's just for this leg. Obviously the real 747 would be flying on from here to God knows where else. And would possibly load up with a good amount of fuel to be ready to do a quick turn at San Francisco and then go on to a trans-Pacific flight or something like that. But for right now, we're just fueling for this leg plus a little bit for alternate and contingencies and things like that. We'll file our flight plan. I have not done that yet. The flight plan, our IFR, we are a heavy today. We're not Slant Alpha. We're at KLAX-KSFO, SFO. Alternate's going to be Portland. Departure time, I'm hoping for 0030. Time en route's a short one. It's 054. Fuel on board is 412, and that's, like I said, that's contingencies, but that's also because the alternate of Portland is quite a distance from San Francisco. Actually, I think the alternate mileage is greater than the primary mileage in this case. But when you're flying a 747, your choices of alternates are fairly limited. You got to choose pretty big airports. Cruising speed, we're going to go 90. cruise altitude. We're only going to go up to 28,000 again because it's a fairly short flight. I've already kind of hit flags up top there. Stoked. Surfer. Whoops. And then Surfer 3. We do have updated AirX, so we should be good to go with all that. So follow our flight plan. We'll fetch the ATIS. Do actually have a controller here at Los Angeles Tower and Los Angeles Center as well on the network, so that's good. ATIS information, Mike 25011. That means we're to be departing west, which is the usual situation there. 2982 is the altimeter. That's probably a pre-departure clearance. Yes, it is. We'll check that out in just a second. So, what did I say? 2982. Let's go ahead and get that set while we're thinking of it. Come on. Are you being stubborn? Come on. 2982. Okay, good. What else here? A few clouds of 5,000, not too bad. Okay. Average temperatures, it's 21 degrees. What else? We got the set the barrel. We'll set the comms. We're going to first talk to Los Angeles Tower on 120.95. So we'll go ahead and get that set in here. I like just to make that a little bigger. So what are we doing? 120.95. Swap that in. Should hear that pop in on VPilot. Oh, we didn't because we don't have the mic switch on. Now it should hear it. Yep, we did. Okay, we'll obtain our clearance, but we've already actually done that.
Delta 2310 RNAV 2 Docker, runway 25 right, clear 4 tailings, choose
7020 is the swap code. Departure frequency is 125.8. Departure runway. Obviously except 5,000. Okay, that's important because that's not what the SID says. Expect 805 minutes of ground control. Okay. So we did not get a departure runway with this. Which I'm not a fan of that. I'm going to go ahead and put one in, just as a guess. Say 24 left, probably, because that's the one that we're closest to. But, you know, if that changes, we can adjust accordingly. For right now, we'll just assume it's 24 left, and we'll go from there. Alright, what is next? Obtain clearance. Pop the IRS knobs into nav mode. Come on. Oh. Yeah. Set the transponder. Let's see, that's over here as well. 7020. Try to set the little digits first when the first digit is going to be a 7 because I don't want to accidentally swap something I shouldn't. 7020. Go into mode altitude there.
TCAS test. Pass.
Lovely.
Delta 2310, contact Delta Center 125.8.
Get our FMC setup here.
Over center, Delta 2310, thank you.
Alright. Now in the PMDG, you kind of just take the PS position and paste it. Apparently, in the Zebo Mod 737, that's not the way you should do it, but here that works okay. Let's get our route set up. We are KLAX, going to KSFO. Go to the next page here. We're departing, we'll go to departures arrivals. Departing KLAX on the, what is it? A summer one. Summer breeze makes me feel fine. Transitioning stokes in my hand. Alright. What did I do? Really didn't do that right. Let's try it again. If I stop singing and start paying attention to what I'm doing. Summer one. Okay, never mind. Let's see, what did I say? 2-4 left. I'll get that sorted out. Over here. Stoked. Put that in the route. Hopefully that worked. Yep, okay, good. Now that I'm paying attention to what I'm doing, have that set. And then we'll go right into the arrival. And again, we don't know exactly what we're doing for KSFO, but we'll
17,
just kind of make some assumptions for now. Is we do know for sure that's the, oh, thought I'd miss it. The Surfer 3.
Roger, 617, cleared to Las Vegas Airport, Ocean 8 departure, baggage transition, 6 arrival, rest of clearance maintained.
From Eddie.
Roger, cleared.
Pop that into the route.
Depart via the Ocean 8.
We know it goes straight from Stoke to Surfer, we should be good there.
Arrival.
And the reason I say from Eddie, to show you this, a little bit of route research I did prior. So Surfer arrival ends at Eddie up there in the upper left of the screen, and then the 28 left has a transition starting from Eddie, which is right there at the bottom of the screen. I don't think, as of right now, that there is ATC in Oakland Center at the moment. Could be wrong. Might have changed since I last looked. So we might be on our own when we get up there anyway. If that's the case, we'll just plan for that. Well, what's the 30015? So yeah, 28's probably a good bet for the arrival. So that's what we'll plan on.
Radio check.
5x5.
Carson calling LA Tower for a radio check line.
So that's what we'll plan on, but obviously the winds can change and the ATC situation can change as well. So always make sure your plan is adaptable. You never know what the traffic situation, weather situation, and ATC situation is going to be when you get there. But I like to put a complete route in from the start and then just, cross my fingers that I don't have to adjust. Activate the route. Execute. One thing I like to do right after I do that is the progress button, and it says 310 miles there, which is exactly what my flight planning says. I like to make sure those numbers match, just in case I put in something in the route wrong.
Thank you, sir.
Put a point name that's 10,000 miles away or whatever. This is a good place to check it and catch that error right now. So the mileage there at 310 is close to what I planned. Then, and I figure we're pretty good.
LA Tower radio check.
Let's go ahead
Calling
to
LA Tower radio check, loud and clear.
performance initialization. The reserves for this are going to be kind of high because, again, PDX is our alternate and it's kind of far away. So reserves are going to be 55.3. Cost index is 74 because why not? Cruise altitude, like I said, we're going to kind of just limit it to 280. Bus limits, I just skipped this page on PMDGs because I just prefer not to go into all the takeoff performance calculation. As a real airline pilot, your job is to save every ounce of fuel possible. So if you're able to do a derated takeoff thrust and a derated climb thrust, it's your job to do that as long as you've done the calculation to prove that you can do that safely. Since fuel is free on FSX, I don't bother with that. This is a pretty light load. We can probably get away with kind of just eyeballing. Probably get away with just eyeballing that. That's just, we'll go ahead and give it a shot. Should be fine.
213 Heavy, roger, only 25 right, taxi via Sierra Bravo.
Normal takeoff flaps 10 for the
Sierra Bravo, 213 Heavy.
Let's see. Why did we not get these speeds here? Probably because I missed something over here.
Los Angeles Tower, Delta 359 on a visual for 25 left. So the 359 LA Tower only 25 left, clear land winds 25011. Clear to land Delta 359.
Missed something. Oh, there we go. There we go. I'll go ahead and arm those. Just missed the gross weight. So IS is take a second to calculate the trim there. 4.9. IS is 49. Runway heading is, or actually it's well, not even runway heading, well, if it's a summer departure.
Alright, Tower, good evening, Kylum
251.
Visual 34 Rock.
Kylum 601 Heavy, LA Tower 125011, runway 24 right, clear to land.
24 Rock, clear land, Kylum 601, thanks.
Initial altitude is 5,000. Right. Auto throttle's already engaged, flight director's on. Let's see, we'll start off, well, LNAV and VNAV.
And Delta 2213, on our flight plan you gave us the transition MVB, can we get a different one for...
Set a map range here.
Delta 2213, roger, standby.
Roger, thank you.
Traffic we just hit by accident and data. Alright, and now it's time to fire up. Get the APU started. Here. While we're waiting on that, we get Hunt 4 to aux, 3, 2, and 1 to auto. Set the parking brake. Set the trim. Now that we got hydraulic power, we can do that. Use the trim, 4.9. That's only up at 6. So we'll just eyeball it to around 5 there, just a little less than 5, no problem.
Nassau 617, ready, Texas.
Our brake goes to RTO.
Calling for taxi, was a call sign.
Our display on fuel mode here.
Nassau 617.
Mr. 617, LA Tower, runway 25 left, taxi via Alpha Foxtrot.
The APU
Not
gens
left off,
on, that should be available at this point. They are.
Delta 2213, clear to San Diego Airport, KLAX-1 departure, Seal Beach transition, Sierra Lima,
We're
India,
going to-
direct
wait a minute,
Oceanside,
going
Oscar
menu,
Charlie November, direct,
FS actions.
climb via 6, I maintain
Ground
5,000,
connections.
expect 1,000, 5 minutes after departure, rest of clearance
Release and
unchanged.
release.
Okay, Delta 2213,
wheel
sorry,
drops.
not ready to copy. Can you repeat?
Get the air packs into normal mode.
Okay, Delta 2213, register my. Trainer 213, heavy taxi to the full length.
Say again for Clean 213.
Go back and get the doors.
Trainer 213, heavy taxi to the full length.
Close all.
Under full length, Clean 213.
Delta 2213, cleared to the San Diego
Legs
Lindbergh
page.
Airport. KLAX-1 departure. Seal Beach transition. That's Sierra Lima, India. Direct to Oceanside, which is Oscar Charlie November. Direct. Climb V6, I maintain 5,000.
Yeah.
Expect 1,000, 5 minutes after departure. Rest of clearance.
No smoking light is
Okay, roger that.
off.
KLAX-1
Seatbelts
departure,
on.
ocean transition, and
fuel
the
pumps and
SLI,
cross speeds.
and we'll climb to 5,000 and expect 1,000, 5 minutes after departure for Delta 2213.
Delta 2213, read back correct. Delta 359, welcome to Los Angeles. Turn left on the hotel, and right on the mic, hold short, runway 25, right at night.
I believe we should have these cross feeds off since we got 4 equal fuel loads there.
Left on hotel, right on mic, and hold short of 25, right?
If I remember correctly. We'll see
So
what the,
359.
see what the EFS tells us, but that's, I believe that is the
normal
case.
for me, please.
Beacon lights will go to both. Wing
Trainer
lights,
213, Dr. Roman 25, right,
Come
clear for
off.
takeoff.
air packs.
Docker runway 25 right, clear
Off.
for takeoff. 213.
Display goes to engine.
Film 601 Heavy, welcome to LA, cross runway 24 left at Zulu, taxi departing via Zulu Echo Sierra.
There we go, upper left.
Zulu Echo Sierra, for parking, and we'll cross to the left on Zulu, channel 201 planks.
Start up, push back. Let's see.
Nassau 617,
Did we need to call for push?
Yeah.
I imagine probably not.
Maristar 617, runway 25
I'm ready
left,
for
line of light.
taxi. Okay.
25 left, line up and wait, Nassau 6.
So we'll assume clear to push into the alleyway here since it's not onto an active taxiway. That's normally the case. And we will commence the startup. Get start knob. I do it 4, 3, 2, 1. I don't do 2 at a time.
LA Tower, November 81, Papa Golf with you.
That's just me.
On final for runway 25 left.
November 81, Papa Golf LA Tower, runway 25 left, clear line, caution wake turbulence, departing 73 on the same runway.
23% and
Clear
2.
left.
Fire 4.
Excuse me. Clear to land, 25 left, 1 Papa Golf.
3 starting. 10. A little rotation up top as well. Check on the pushback. 20, 21, 22, fire 3. Restarting. $15.2 on number 2.
American 617, I have the hyper
And
on
one's starting
25
to come
left, clear
up.
for takeoff, session wake turbulence,
22,
departing 7
fire
4, 25
2.
right.
Roger,
ahead.
are now.
Stop the
hyper,
pushback
but
there,
takeoff
brakes on.
clear for takeoff, and exit 617.
Number 1.
Korean Air 213, heavy contact, LA Center 125 for you.
Over that, thank you. Korean Air 213 heavy.
Delta 359, cross from me 25 right at Mike, and what's your gate?
And we got 20, 21,
Cross runway 25 right at Mike.
22, we'll fire 1.
Delta 359, what is your date tonight?
Let's go for your Delta.
Alright, we'll get the air packs back
Try
to
one more
normal,
time for Delta 359.
which is a critical step that some
Let's go for
professional pilots
Delta
occasionally
10.
forget.
Delta 359, roger, taxi departing
Hydro
via
4
Charlie.
goes to auto. APU can come off.
Departing via Charlie.
I'm Los Angeles, Tower Town, feature 3 on.
Do a check of the flight controls.
Delta 603, heavy LA Tower on 24 right, clear line was 25 circle.
Good.
2 right, Town.
Set the display
Delta
back to
617,
fuel
contact
mode.
LA Center 125 right.
Roger, over. Here, 128,
Alright. Getting a little shaken in the yoke there. That's just my old hardware. I probably need to open that up and blow the dust out of it. Get turn off lights on. It's those 2. Come on. Taxi light on. And we'll set flaps down. There we are. Okay. We're ready to start our taxi out. Who are
Delta
we?
359, so your entry point is Delta 8 or Delta 10.
Delta 10. Delta 10.
Delta 359, roger, thank you. Turn right onto Sierra and then taxi Sierra Delta 10.
Alrighty, right on Sierra, and to Delta 10, Delta 359.
The airport diagram up in front of me just so I have it ready. LA Tower, Clipper 845, ready to taxi.
Clipper 845, heavy LA Tower, runway 24 left, taxi Delta 9er, Echo Victor, the LA altimeter 2983.
2983, Delta 9, Echo Victor to 24 left for Clipper 845 heavy. I always forget to call myself heavy. Away we go. So it's a pretty straightforward taxi plan here. We go straight out, we make a right, we make a left.
Helm 603 heavy, welcome to LA, turn left onto Bravo Bravo.
Welcome to Bravo Bravo, Town 250.
Helm 603, cross runway 24 left to Bravo Bravo, taxi via Echo Sierra to the ramp today.
Cross 24 left, and Bravo Echo Sierra to Town.
Alright, you gotta drive this thing like a bus. Come way out past your turn point, and then cut hard. I know a little something about that. Yeah, perfect. I got a little bit of a taxi out procedure to run here. We'll get our weather radar on. First officer's terrain radar on. Get the no smoking light on that tells the cabin crew to secure. the continuous ignition switch on. It's up there. Preset the departure frequency.
Clipper 845, heavy RNAV to correction, I was at Delray, runway 24 left, clear for takeoff, the wind's 25011.
Clear for takeoff, 24 left, RNAV, Delray, Clipper 845 heavy. Alright, so got a couple things we gotta do before we actually roll on that, but we're not in a rush, I don't think. Don't see anybody on final. They'd be
Oh, that's 2213,
on final
ready
for
for
the
taxi.
parallel anyway.
So the 2213 squawk normal for you, please. Runway 25 right, taxi via Charlie 6 Bravo.
And I missed my turn, so.
Charlie 6 Bravo, and Delta 2246.
So I'm cheating. We'll taxi to the grass. Yeah, I know. Alright, Jesus.
November 1 Papa Golf, are you going to GA? 1 Papa Golf is going over to UPS.
Alright, departure frequency 25.8.
November 881, November 881 Papa Golf.
Right
Pressure,
track
turn
feet.
left.
All eyes come up.
November.
That's preset.
November.
Right track
Transponder mode. That's also down here.
Hold on. November 1 Papa Golf, turn left on the Alpha 4 and hold short of Alpha. Going left on Alpha Block, pulling
And
short
we'll
of
get the
Alpha. 1 Papa Golf.
landing lights on. Taxi light off. Strobe on.
Right track clear, left track clear.
Alright, we are ready. Finally. Get the engines up to about 40%. Make sure everything responds as it should. Does. The click spot for Toga is right there. Left of the auto throttle button, and away we go. Air speeds are live. We're through 80 knots. Cross checked.
B1.
November 1 Papa Golf, you can't see me passing right to left after the 74 passes there, you can text the RPL.
Take. Get up to 20 degrees.
Go to the ramp, 1 Papa Golf. If you get through the service.
Is the right gear up?
Yeah.
Stay on the flight director. The autopilot engaged.
Clipper 845 heavy, contact Delhi Center 125 for me.
25A, Clipper 845.
Center South is good.
What do we got going on there?
We broke out the clouds at 500 feet.
Roger. Yeah, Nation 13, runway 19 right, runway. Drive 0727, runway 31 left, clear for takeoff.
I know what's going on here. Hand fly it for a bit, and then I can fix what's going on. It's because of my controls are all over the place. It's because of the shakiness of my controls. Alright, so we'll start getting the flaps up.
LA Center Nomad 89 with the airborne passing through 3,500 feet.
Yeah, Nation 13, runway 19 right, clear for takeoff. Runway 89 radar contact, flight maintain, flight level 310.
So that Nomad 89.
Nomad 89 right, affirmative, flight maintain, flight level 310.
For record, 210 Nomad 89.
Number 1361 right, turn contact ground 123.9.
239361.
November 3 0, runway 27, line up and wing. Number 37 clearing out, downfield.
27 line up and rate, 372 here.
Clipper 845 heavy, LA Center.
Clipper 845 heavy.
Clipper 845 heavy, LA Center, radar contact, flight maintain, flight level 280, stay altitude.
280, we're passing 4,500 right now.
Roger. Nomad 89er, turn left, heading 070, back to Rockport.
Alright, 280.
070 back to Rockport.
LA Center, number 737, Mike Alpha, number 27, San Diego.
Alright, So we're gonna fly this by hand a little bit right now because the autopilot keeps disconnecting. That's just because my physical controls are just a little bit crap.
November 737 Mike Charlie, Los Angeles Center, runway 27.
And I gotta get to the menu that ignores
Runway,
that.
runway 27.
So for right now,
United
just kind of manually following the flight director.
1 mile. Southwest bound
Pop the
217,
map down so we can
just you turn right heading
watch how
290,
poorly I'm
climb
adhering to the route.
100.
That's crossing site, turn 270, climb 190.
Let's pop it up 1 notch there.
Right 0727, radar contact, climb and maintain 12000.
Okay, so now that we kind of got that under control,
November 6065 Lima, John Lane Airport, 1 o'clock, 7 miles.
let's do our post-takeoff checklist. Continuous condition off.
John Lane Airport, inside, November 6th, Lima.
Speed on 7 miles.
Landing lights outboard off.
Speed on 7 Mike Charlie, runway 27, clear for takeoff.
Runway 27, clear for takeoff. November 737, Mike Charlie.
KLAX 65 Lima, runway, correction cleared, visual approach, runway 20 left.
Yeah, I'm just trying to
Visual
look 10
approach,
places at once, so I apologize.
02 left. November 5
And
Lima.
then the third one is with the gear
KLAX 65 Lima, 20
centered.
left.
Done.
20 left, correction.
Okay, meantime, we've now passed through
November
10,000, so we'll get the rest of the
radar
landing
contact,
lights
maintain
off.
VFR, proceed on course.
VFR, proceed on course,
And turn
828.
offs.
November 515, November Bravo, LA Center flight, runway
And
27, minus the wind.
So we can inch down.
Rattling by November Bravo. Landing waiting on
Through 10,000, the
United Nations 13, turn right
cabin
heading
crew is now released to do
050.
what they need to do.
3050.
Now enter clear direct up Creek.
Direct up Creek, no matter not.
United Nations 13, climb and maintain flight level
Just past that
410.
point where there was a 12,000 foot restriction, so now I can get back up on the flight director and get up. With the auto throttle on, it's not too bad. You just basically just got to watch the flight directors and just put the dot right on the crosshairs there. It's not too bad hand flying,
Yeah, because Delta the Ontario, Delta there 2980.
but
Delta 2980, November 91st, Delta Delta. November 515, November Bravo
yeah,
flight.
sure would be nice if I can get
Flying through one Delta, takeoff.
get to that menu.
November 737 Mike Charlie, radar contact, maintain
Good with
VFR,
checklists
proceed
now
on
for a moment.
Okay, we'll maintain VFR for November 737, Mike Charlie.
Wants me to start going back in. Yeah, I'm just chasing the flight directors a little bit here. But let's go menu, PMDG setup. I believe it's under options and simulation. Now we gotta start this right turn here. Realistic auto engagement on. That's still want that. But I think what I need is those? No.
November 515, November Bravo, radar contact, stay altitude.
November 515, November Bravo, passing through 1,000.
November 515, November Bravo flight, roger, maintain VFR, proceed on course.
Maintain VFR, proceed on course, 5 November Bravo.
KLAX 65 Lima, runway 20 left, clear to land.
Clear to land, 20 left, 7.
Maybe it's not there.
United Nations 13, proceed direct, Dove Creek.
Direct Dove Creek, United Nations 13.
Airbus 1913 with you passing through 4300.
Delta 2213, LA Center, radar contact, climb and maintain 1000, turn left heading 210.
1000, left 210 for Delta 2213.
It's not there.
Horizon Air 727, information November current Nautilus, after Seaview, cleared ILS, runway 25 left approach.
Auto throttle manual override. I think that's what it is.
Los Angeles Center, Southwest 117, 50 at flight level of 360.
Let's try that.
That was 117 LA Center, roger, maintain flight level 360.
Maintain 360, Southwest 117.
Let's try that. I think that's the setting I'm looking for.
Delta 2213, turn left heading 150.
See if it'll stay
Left
engaged now.
150 for Delta 2213.
November 358 Juliet Sierra, leaving airspace, frequency change approved, squawk VFR.
VFR frequency change approved, Juliet Sierra, thanks.
Yep. 313, leaving airspace, frequency change approved, so long.
Frequency change approved,
Over
Mike Charlie.
I think that was it. But I just manually bumped it, and it didn't disconnect. So I think we're good now. But that was an adventure in hand flying. Like I said, the hand flying in 7.4 is not too bad because you're really just controlling roll and pitch, and the flight director just kind of tells you where to roll and pitch to. So it's not bad at all. But it was just a lot to kind of do that and fumble through the menus and fumble through my checklists.
Yeah, 2381,
So,
27, clear to land,
good now, though. So we did get the barometric pressure reset. We're now arriving at cruise, so we'll hit our seatbelt lights off here. We appear to be all good.
November 65 Lima on the ground at John Wayne.
Let's take a peek at what other Twitch streamers we got up today.
November 65 Lima, turn left, taxi to parking via
I'm
Alpha.
going to have to hit refresh there.
60 parking via Alpha. 65 Lima.
Delta 14,
Well,
are
there's
you able
me.
to
I don't know why I'm not
rear right
highlighted.
with John Wayne?
Have to fix that. But United 545. Is that it? What do we got?
Delta 14, LA Center.
We have a C1 that is doing delivery.
Delta 14,
That is very
can you
odd.
accept the Disney 4 arrival to John Wayne?
I don't see any other Twitch streamers on. I guess there's a few of us.
Do you mean the Ruby 3 arrival?
Delta 14, the Ruby arrival to John Wayne Central, and John Wayne is landing on runway 2 left and 2 right. Can you accept the Disney 4 arrival? That would be the correct arrival for low John Wayne's in.
I firm 54 arrival is approved. Delta 14.
Delta 14, just verify the Disney 4 arrival.
Affirm 14.
Delta 14, roger, clear to John Wayne Airport as filed, except after Navy join the Disney 4 arrival, maintain flight level 360.
Just confirm the runway for landing. Delta 14.
Delta 14 to 0 right.
Whew.
Okay, well,
Alright,
clear.
tell you what.
Via the
Since I've got a few minutes,
Disney 4 arrival for runway 20 right. Delta 14.
let's
November 737, Mike Charlie, my airspace.
Let's do this. I tried to do this in another stream, and in the Zebra mod it didn't work. But let's take a look at our path and figure out when we cross from LA into Oakland. Okay, we don't need
Delta
that anymore.
2213, cleared direct.
Pretty
Actually,
much
turn
don't
left
need
heading
that
1
anymore.
to 00.
Here's our route.
Left 100, Delta 2213.
Let's go to world high, actually. We see that our path is going to cross up pretty much right at Stoked. So that's not too bad. We can just use that. But let's show it with one that's not on.
And Center Baron 9253 Lima, short 27 Windbird.
November 9253 Lima, lock. Center 7, take out.
So
27 clear for
we've
takeoff.
got this point
53
here,
Lima.
tilt, T-I-L-L-T. I'll show you. Yeah.
95
Mary Star 617, climb and maintain flight level 250.
We've got this point here, tilt. And if we drew a line out that way and out that way,
64,
it would
my
approximate
airspace, change to advisory frequency
this boundary here, which tells us when we're crossing from Los Angeles and the
November
Oakland Center.
737 Mike Charlie, change to advisory frequency.
So let's
approved,
put a line
cross
there, and let's kind of eyeball the heading here. That's what, about a 060 and a 240, more or less. I mean, it doesn't really have to be exact.
November 903 Echo Delta, do you want to keep flight following or negative?
But let's put that into the fixes page.
Flight following.
It's one of the neat things you can do with
November 903
fixes.
Echo Delta, Roger. What's your intended destination?
So we'll go T-I-L-L-T,
Apple Valley Airport.
and we'll go
November 903 Echo Delta, Roger.
060 and a 240. And yeah, it's not perfectly perpendicular. Actually, it looks like it might be closer to 030.
LAX Center, this is Papa 30 Golf Mike with you. Flight level 14,000.
And so now we got a nice little reference line right on the.
Correction, Papa 530
display.
Golf Mike, Los Angeles Center, Squawk 7142.
That tells us when we're crossing from LA into Oakland.
Squawk
So for
7142.
right now, we expect
Papa
at
0
that
Golf
point
Mike.
we'll be crossing into non-staffed airspace. But if Oakland Center happens to pop on, then we know we should be getting a handoff right now. So that's a neat little trick you can do with one of the many neat little tricks you can do
1200 for 2000.
with the fixed page.
Aaron 53 Lima, radar contact, proceed on course and maintain VFR.
Oops.
On course, maintain VFR, 53 Lima.
Aaron 53 Lima, maintain appropriate VFR altitude.
Affirmative, maintain appropriate VFR.
Alright.
And Command 5 November Bravo,
So that's
flight
one.
objective to already maintain
The
appropriate
next
VFR
thing I
altitude.
want to do is I want to go in and edit my. Get that out of the way here.
Papa 30 Golf Mike, radar contact 15 miles northwest of
That's
Paradise
some stuff.
VOR. For direction of flight, climb and maintain 17,000. And are you able to carve by Little Las
This is
Vegas?
my VATSIM watch list. This is everybody that I know that is a Twitch streamer on VATSIM. Obviously not as many are on right now, but apparently I accidentally deleted myself from this list.
Papa 30 Golf Mike, I'm sorry,
So I'm going
please
to put
repeat
myself
that.
back in.
Papa 30
Flight level 1,000.
Papa 30 Golf
okay,
Mike,
I'll
climb
just
and
try to get
maintain
myself
7,000.
in here
And can you accept the
alphabetically.
car 3 arrival in Las Vegas?
That is affirmative. Papa 30 Golf Mike. Roger.
I am
58, leaving airspace,
655.
frequency change approved.
take out that space just to make things line up. Now, when I put this into VATSIM and then I run VATSIM, it's going to strip out of the comments. So I keep this in a separate text file, just so I have it as a reference.
Cleared to Las Vegas
And I'm
International
gonna
Airport via direct
copy the whole
Delta
thing
Alpha
here.
Golf. Car 3
Copy
arrival.
that,
Maintain 17,000.
save it. Then I'm going to open up the VATSIM
Cleared McCarran International Airport.
config.
To the car
And
3
you can see
arrival.
it stripped out all my comments, so I don't know who's who if I look at this file. But
Ameristar 617 cross Quar, had to maintain 17,000. Las Vegas
Paste it
altitude
in.
1374.
okay. Make sure you have VATSIM closed while you do that, and then reopen it. Let's see. VATSIM.
No, I remember I'm going to go to Palmer Airport. Full time.
November 505, November Bravo, enter left down, runway 24, cleared to land, the wind 2106.
So now, hey, there I am.
Yeah, that was like 2-4 clear to land.
Yay!
Number 2213 proceeds direct to Oceanside.
Alrighty. Alright,
Direct Oceanside.
So-
That's 2213.
the next thing would be to start our arrival briefing. So let's go ahead and start that. We already kind of touched on it a little bit.
Yeah, I should start a moment. Actually, I
But we can get,
13. Go ahead.
Yeah, so we still don't have any control up there.
Yeah, based on Denver
But
landing north,
let's
I'm
get
going
a,
to request change to my arrival to the Ladora, please. Yeah, mission feature.
okay, what am I doing?
Citation 13,
SFO? There we are.
actually cleared to Denver International Airport.
Let's see.
By,
Let's look at the time on that. Oops.
Present position, direct Dove Creek.
It's 23rd at 23:56 Zulu, so
to
that's,
arrival. Maintain flight level 410.
that was midnight Zulu time, so that was 8 Eastern time. So that this observation is about an hour old. So I probably will want to check it again in about 5 or 10 minutes. So the real world updated SFO observation came out probably within the last 10 minutes. It does take a few minutes to propagate into VATSIM. So we'll rebrief this in just a few minutes, but we'll use this as a guideline because it's not going to change that radically much. Usually. This is the wind. Wind is still 30015 last we heard, so that's still favorable to the 28s. 29er86, is that what that says? We can go ahead and preset that now. Doesn't hurt to preset it.
Southwest 117, requesting to step away from our sim for about 2 minutes. Who is looking to step away?
This knob is...
Southwest 117.
I think that's another...
117, approved.
You set up options, simulation. I think that might be another option I don't have properly set here. Overtime compression I don't want ever. I don't know what that is, but
Delta 2213, expect visual approach, runway 27.
Visual 27, 2213.
balance.
Rise near 727 over Lima. Contact tower 120, flight 95.
Somewhere it's not a simulation where it is. It can't be a performance. Maybe it's an aircraft equipment. Let's see. Rests. Brake switch. Okay. That's what I think. That should fix that.
We're at Denver, coming up the end here.
Back on the legs cage. Okay, we are.
Yeah, it's 685, LA Center, runway 27, cleared for takeoff.
That's better.
To go runway.
Alright, I don't know what that other option was, but man, it didn't like the way I was trying to set it. What is... Now I've forgotten what it was set at. 29er86. Okay, well, that's probably going to change anyway in a few minutes. But yeah, okay, good. So, that's the behavior I prefer in the dials. Good. God, PMDG has an option for everything, man. Sucks when you gotta wipe everything, reinstall it, get everything back the way you had it. Map's getting a little cluttered. I'm gonna knock the range down just a notch there. Come on. There we go. That's it. I keep pressing that by accident. So we'll knock it down a notch. We should be coming up on this handoff into oblivion here. Nobody? Come on, Oakland.
November 92P.
Show us some love.
86.
2986, 53 Lima, thanks.
Doing a show pass here. 34. Oh, nah. Not even close. Where's the fun in that? Cargo left. There's another set. Oh, the 748. Ah, I wonder if he's flying the brand new one. That was supposed to have come out within the last day or two, from what I heard. I don't know if I'm going to check that out or not.
1480, climbing 3,200 for 5.
1480, LA Center, radar contact, climb and maintain flight level 290.
We shall see.
I'm getting level 290, left to 1480.
Anyway, rolling on with the arrival briefing. So, right now, I'll tell you what. Now that it's been a few more minutes, let's go ahead and recheck that. See if we got the updated KSFO.
Alaska 1480, turn left, direct clipper, resume the Orca 3 departure.
0056. So that's now
Left direct clipper,
within the last 10 minutes.
1480.
290 at 15, so it's still favorable for the 28s. 2984 is the altimeter over here. Yep, so we do need to bump that down.
Southwest
just a touch.
117 is back on frequency. Southwest 17,
84.
Roger. The other aircraft on the center, go ahead.
LA Center.
Furry co-pilot has arrived in the cockpit.
2500 is 5000.
Delta 359, LA Center, radar contact, turn right heading 280.
280.
Oh, Center, Southwest 650.
Alpha 3 third off Mike, verify your on the car for your right, we don't appear to be direct tag it.
Okay, sorry, back with you. Furry co-pilots have arrived in the cockpit.
Guys,
Just needed to confer with Furry
Southwest
co-pilot Mama.
716 LA Center, ident.
Go, and Furry co-pilot number 1 wants to play ball.
Guys, 685, radar contact, climb and maintain flight level.
You taking that ball to your mama? You don't want to play with me?
That's a 340 now, you have to
Delta
Alright,
2213, descend and maintain
Fine.
7000,
Alright.
report the San Diego Airport.
That's busy.
Roger, down to 7,000, we'll look for Delta 2213.
Level 359, fly heading 250.
250.
Delta 14, LA Center, are you back?
Alright. Rolling on with this arrival briefing. So yeah, with the updated winds,
United Nations 13,
we're still
contact
looking
Denver
at
135.6.
the 2.8s. And I'm going to stick with my plan, unless we get ATC on to tell us otherwise. I'm going to stick with my plan to roll right into the 2.8 left arrival.
Southwest 6716, radar contact 36 miles southeast of the Needles VOR. Maintain flight level
So here's how that
340.
works. It's over here. And I kind of showed
Air
you.
Star 617, descend and maintain 13,000.
But we're flying the Surfer arrival.
1,000.
Los Angeles Center, good afternoon.
We're at Stoked here, going to Surfer.
72 underground John Wayne, I for Los Angeles.
Number
Stoked.
75518 LA Center, clear to Los Angeles.
Obviously a very
Airport.
Common air
Flight 220,
feeder
radar
into
accuracy,
this
reach
Surfer
direct,
arrival
maintain
because this is
4,000,
what the
squawk
standard route for
7167.
anybody coming from LA going to San Francisco would follow. And you see at the end of this arrival path we got Eddie, and notice it's 6,240 knots.
November 75518, read back direct, 220 left.
So then we go right into this ILS 28 left. And we can see
20 left will call Harbor.
Delta 359, climb and maintain 1000
we
per
got
left.
the
heading
initial approach fix with
160.
Eddie, 6,240. And then we pick up right here at Hessman.
Alpha 30, Mike, proceed direct, bar, stay altitude.
Let's just make sure that that's what is indeed in our plan here.
Papa 30 Golf Mike, Los Angeles Center.
Eddie. Here we go. Eddie, should be
Home at 89er, contact
He-Man,
Denver Center 135.
Juliet, and then 28 left.
Papa 3.
And then, of course, we got the missed approach procedure loaded in after that. And is that, did I cut that off here? No.
Papa 30 Golf Mike, LA Center.
Papa 30 Golf Mike, please stand by.
Delta 14 LA Center evac.
So, there's 28 left. And we can pretty much assume that that's the plan. Say
Southwest 5716 cross from Lomar and maintain flight level 240.
Back to the current page. And we'll go ahead and start setting this up in the FMC.
Delta 2213 San Diego Airport, 1 o'clock, 9 miles, orbit site.
We got a lot of clouds up here, Delta 2213. Can we get maybe a little altitude and vectors for the event?
Delta 2213, descend and maintain 5,000, turn left heading
So we're going to set
095.
first thing we're going to do is
Okay,
we're going to set
down to
the fixed
5,000
circles.
and heading 095 for Delta 2213.
We already passed that crossover point. I don't know if we ever got a handoff or if you forgot about us or if he's just holding on to us.
Delta 359, cleared direct Harris.
Possibly he handed us off and I didn't, yeah, I know.
American Star 617, expect visual approach runway 26
Alright,
left.
at this point I'm going to assume I'm in Oakland's airspace and I'm cleared down to the lowest altitude on the arrival, which is 6,000. We slipped that just a minute ago. So we would get a descent
American
via
Star 617, LA Center.
the Circuit 3 arrival. We would read that back and we'll go ahead and set the lowest published altitude into the MCP.
Los Angeles Air.
You don't want to do that. You don't want to change that until you have heard that from the controller. The only reason I'm doing that now is because we are out of Los Angeles' space here. So, otherwise you'd wait till the controller told you that. Unless you're in an unstaffed area like that.
Over 9235 Lima, no traffic observed between you and the Santa Catalina Airport. Squawk VFR, frequency change approved.
But we'll go ahead and set up our fixed circles.
VFR, thanks for the help. 53 Lima, take care.
/4, whoops. /4 and /10.
Delta 359 approved.
And you'll see that that puts 2 circles around our arrival airport.
Delta 2310, leaving airspace. Change 253 frequency
A
approved.
little cluttered, but you can kind of see it there. The 2 circles at 4 miles out and 10 miles out. And when you get closer in, that's going to help you know when you should be doing certain things with the airplane. So it's always nice to have those for situational awareness when you're on a 10-mile final or a 4-mile final, approximately. That's going to draw it to the center of the airport. So, you know, those are actually a little closer. Matter of fact, we can probably go /5, /11, just to make sure that we're getting everything configured in the amount of time that we should.
KLAX 518, runway 20 left taxi via Bravo Kilo, cross runway 20 left Kilo.
Yeah, there's the Bravo Kilo, we'll cross over 20 at a Kilo, probably.
Okay, barrel will set
KLAX
to
3 Delta, between you and the Apple Valley Airport. Squawk VFR, frequency change approved.
we're going to set to local as soon as we start that descent there. And that helps the FMC adjust for the difference in pressure.
American Star 67, fly heading 080, descend and maintain 8,000, vector
Throttles
to
are coming
final
back
approach.
to idle. Speed's coming down, and slowly but surely, there we go, into our descent. So
Delta 2213, turn right heading 190.
the other thing is, the seatbelt lights.
190, 2213.
Delta 359, John Wayne altimeter 2981.
The FFC route we already checked, it is good. Go ahead and set the VREF. We're going to do a 25 flat landing. Place that in there. 146 is our speed over the numbers.
Delta 14, Los Angeles Center.
Approach speed. With the wind, what was the wind? 15 knots, so our approach speed is going to be VREF plus 8. So 154.
Alpha 30 Golf Flank, LA Center.
Alright.
So 2213, turn right heading 20 to set
Minimums on the 28 left, straight in ILS.
213, descend and maintain 2000, and what was the heading?
So 2213 heading 250 and descend and maintain 3800. Droid runway 27 localizer.
So we're going to round that up to 220.
Okay, 3800 and 30 for Delta 2213.
Auto brake. I'm going to set it to 2. Again, I don't do the full landing calculation as I probably should. Review the turn-off direction and the missed approach altitude. The missed approach altitude on the ILS 28 left is 4,000 feet. It's definitely going to be a left turn-off, but let's
518, flight in 220, runway 20 left.
Let's do a taxi route briefing here as well. This is the way I do this. KSFO, terminal, gates, map. My gates are going to be
Maristar 617, no K, turn right heading
A1 to A11 odd. Let's go to images here. And let's see if we get...
Right, 140,000.
Delta 2213, we had
American 414, flight level 340.
So there we go. A1 to A11 odd is
the aircraft calling line center of flight level 340, state call sign.
these down here.
Los Angeles Center, American 414, flight level 340.
So any one of those.
Standard 414, LA Center, identity.
So let's figure out where those are on the
Los Angeles Center, American 414.
American 414, LA Center, identity.
Shoot, hold on.
Delta 2213, we had runway 27 in flight.
Go back to those.
Delta 2213, cleared visual approach, runway 27.
Okay.
Clear visual 27,
Center,
Delta
American
2213.
414.
So,
Center, Delta 14 back.
Delta 14, LA Center, roger, descend at discretion, maintain flight level 240.
so we're probably coming back here, Alpha,
Sound high discretion, maintain flight level 240, 42.
and then into this way, somewhere in here. So that's probably what we're looking at there.
United 685, cleared, direct scope.
And we'll fly direct scope now, United 685.
Good, pop the map down another range, starting to get cluttered again.
Number 75518, radar contact.
Okay, so again, it's a left turn off if we land, 4,000 if we go missed.
1,600, proceed direct to
Yeah,
beach.
so we're good for right now. The next thing to do will be when we pass through 10,000 feet, and I'll tell you what, that frequency as busy as it is, I'm going to go ahead and monitor Unicom as we should be. We're in non-control space. Actually, I'm showing you.
Qatar 617, turn right heading 170, descend and maintain 6,500.
Yeah, he's busy. We're well outside of his airspace, I know that. So now we're on 22.8. Normally on 22.8, I don't worry about too many position reports unless I know I'm around a lot of traffic. Coming into San Francisco, though, it might actually be, some cause for a few reports. I don't know, actually, maybe not. We'll have to see how we kind of sequence in here. With the United flight, he'll be down well before us. Well, we'll have to see how we sequence in with the United flight. We might do a couple of announcements just to let him know that we're looking to come in on 28 left. Be a bad idea. Let's just go ahead and do that now, just to give them a heads up. What's our ETA? Progress page. The one mistake I think a lot of people make on position announcements on Unicom is not everybody is going to have your arrival chart up. Okay, give it to them in terms that is going to be useful to them. So it says we're going to be there at 1:27 Zulu. That's 7 minutes from now. That can't be right. Clock might be off. Yeah, okay. Clock is 5 minutes behind. So my clock says 1:16. It's now 1:20 Zulu in the real world. So still 12 minutes out. It's not a lot of time. I'll say 15. I'll probably slow it down just a little bit more. That's still plenty of notice to give somebody arriving. KSFO traffic. Clipper 845. B754. Inbound to the 73. Anticipating 28 left. Say ILS 28 left. ETA 15 minutes. So, yeah, you know, you don't want to give too much information about, like, I'm 5 miles from Norwalk, because somebody coming in from the west or from the east, he's not going to have this arrival up. He's not going to have any idea where that point is, and to make him go look it up is just not fair to make him do. He's busy flying his own airplane. But if he knows his ETA is about 15 minutes and my ETA is about 15 minutes, well, that tells him something more useful. So I prefer, you know, try and do my position reports in that fashion, rather than trying to give some, you know, cryptic point that not everyone's going to have a reference to in front of him. So that's the way I handle that, and we can start to see where SFO should be. That's the airport there, I believe. Just a gray patch for right now, but that is probably where we should expect to see it. Maybe 15 minutes is overestimate. It's coming into view on the nav display too. I'll pop it down one more notch. Just about to pass 10,000 feet. Pretty short flight for you tonight, but yeah, mostly just to play around with the 7.4, the PMDG, the Queen of Skies. Throw a little nostalgia at you. We just got a little more detail into the ground map there. And again, this should be the flight beam. If I install it properly, we should be seeing the Flight Beam Studios SFO when we get there. Hopefully, all will go according to plan there. So we'll see how that panned out. But we are passing through 10,000 feet. We've got a little minor checklist to run. We'll go ahead and get the inboard landing lights on and the turn-off lights on. And we'll cycle the no smoking sign. That is our alert to the cabin crew for last call, essentially. Tell you what, when I get down, it's going to be 9:30 local. I might do another flight here. I might boot up the 737 Zebo and take that for a spin, and it's just kind of fine-tune that checklist. I've done some playing around with that, and I think I'm a lot more comfortable in it now than I was last time. So we might do another slant leap for you tonight. Why not? What the heck? second thought, and this is not useful information for the stream, but on second thought, I've got my S2 OTS coming up this weekend, and I was solo certed for the airport that I'm going to be tested at just tonight, so I'll probably hop on and do a little air traffic control just to, work a little traffic in, a little practice in. So I will be doing that, and it's dependent upon whether anybody else is there right now, which I don't think they are. But that will be at BWI, Baltimore, pretty much my home airport. I don't see anybody logged on to BWI right now. Actually have one arrival coming into BWI at the moment, so who knows, we'll maybe not see a lot of traffic there. But yeah, that might be the plan. Hop on BWI Tower for a little bit. Just make sure that I'm ready to go for this weekend. I don't stream air traffic control on Twitch, just for lots of different reasons. But so that'll probably be the plan for the rest of the night. We'll do a flight for you in the Ziba Mod a little bit, in a few weeks maybe. But for right now, we're going to start thinking about landing this thing. What do you think? So there's Eddie. Back up to the legs page here. And it's gonna, FMC says we're gonna do 240 up until Juliet, which is the final approach fix, and I don't think we're gonna do that. I think we're gonna try and do speed management a little bit more conservatively. I hope that's not SFO right there. If it is, we're gonna overfly it. Okay, so there's the bridge, so the airport must be out there. That's more realistic. But we're sure as heck coming up on it one way or the other. Let's go ahead and start cranking the speed down here. Up on that 10-mile ring, so we will get the no smoking light on. That's flight attendants prepare for arrival. Pop that down to the lowest published altitude on the approach. I don't know if it's 2,000. I gotta check. That'd be a good thing to know, wouldn't it? Actually, 1,800. Oh, airport loaded in. Very high. Vertical speed mode here. Drop some altitude. Spoilers out. Get some flaps going. Yeah, we need some drag on this thing. Better get the gear down too. Let's get some drag going. Let's do a position announcement. have them armed. Start getting the flaps out.
2500.
Start getting the speed down. Yeah, we're gonna have to go missed here. Yeah, let's execute the mist. 4,000. Back in the toga. Climbing. Okay, we are. Just gonna set the speed to 10. Gear up. Flaps up. So the FMC is going to put us into that hold there, but I think what we're going to do is just going to kind of resequence ourselves for it. So we'll let it get established at 4,000, and probably 210 is fine. Okay. So I'll tell you what, let's climb and maintain 6,000 now. Yeah, it's just bad altitude management on my part there. I don't think I realized it transition from... So normally when you got a controller telling you, okay, intercept the localizer, clear for the approach, you know, you're engaging all the right autopilot modes, and you know, without that guidance, I just didn't get the right modes engaged in time. Oh well. We'll resequence ourselves. We'll go back to 6,000. That's the intercept. Let's see. Let's just put it into the heading mode right now. Fly 280 and 6,000. Alright. We're going to go ahead and start a left turn. 190. We're just going to kind of do a rectangle here. And then we'll get the FMC set up for the approach again. So let's do this. Departure arrival. KSFO arrivals. Where are we going to be missing? ILS 28 left again. Oh, Eddie again. So Now let's go back to the legs page and make sure that okay, so obviously the FMC thinks we're going to do this crazy thing here. We're actually going to come out more of a rectangular pattern and circle back, and it's other way, there we go. Make more of a rectangular pattern and circle back and catch Eddie at a more reasonable angle. And then just make sure we get the right approach modes engaged this time. So now, let's see, we'll go back and see what we need to undo that we already did. We can unsecure the cabin crew. Spoilers are already armed. We can disarm them. Flaps we already cleaned up. Landing gear is, I'm going to get the handle centered. Okay, so we should now have the aircraft back into configuration from when we started that approach. Let's see what's going on in VATSIM right now. So kind of watch that United, make sure he gets above us. 545 should be, yeah, he's pretty much on final, so don't have to worry too much about him, but let's go ahead and start our next 90-degree left turn here at 100. Yeah, it's amazing how much you get in the habit of relying on the air traffic controller to give you your next steps. You know, somebody like me, that I try to fly as much as possible with VATSIM air traffic control, and I'm used to just getting those prompts when it's time to do your next thing, which is like engage the, capture the localizer, start the descent for the final approach, and yeah, it's a crutch. You're the pilot. You're in control of the aircraft. You gotta remember that. Okay, it's good. It's a good reminder. Alright, yeah, so we'll take this straight out. We'll get out more or less a beam Eddie. Why does it think we're going direct to Heeman? Let's go ahead and tell the FSC what we're doing here. So we'll just go there, and we'll go direct Eddie from here. And it's just anticipating that turn well before Eddie, because it just wants us to make that leg between Sidby and Heeman. So it's still kind of giving us this sharp turn prior to Eddie. But we're still going to manually manage that. And so it'll kind of recompute as it goes. Let's see how we're doing with this traffic here. If we hold at 6, we should be good. The United should be climbing. Yeah, United's well above us at this point. I get this. Gotta do that brickyard. Being before us as well, probably. We got a ton of arrivals in the SFO. I think Brickyard and I are the only two close ones, though. Brickyard, no, is that VRD, right? Redwood? Redwood. Yeah, my bad. Alright, what's our updated ETA? $140. Wait a minute. No, $145. 5 minutes. Probably gonna be a little longer than that. We'll just let these guys know what we're doing. Yeah, I don't know, we'll be well behind him. But we'll make sure we are. Might have him in sight. I don't know. I don't know. We'll make sure we stay behind him. As we turn final, or as we turn on our left base here, we realize we're going nose to nose with him. We can adjust accordingly. I think he's going to be well ahead of us though still. Just the chatter that's going on. I don't know that we got to extend that much further. He's quite ahead of us. Yeah, we're good. And the one on the TCAS is that United climbing above us. Well out of his hair. Oh, there's, okay. See the lower left corner there. There's the redwood. We're fine. So we're going to go ahead and make our turn here. Start getting the speed down. Down. I'm going to get that down to 1800 again, but this time we'll also be mindful of Also be mindful of getting our approach modes engaged. So, here we go. Take 2. Approach the 10-mile ring. The smoking sign turned back on. Get the spoilers rearmed. We've already begun deceleration and flap extension. Ready to set the approach mode. That's probably our buddy Redwood telling us he's down, I would guess. FMC telling us. On the checklist. So the 10-mile checklist is no smoking sign on, we did it. Spoilers armed, did it. Begin the flap extension, did it. And approach mode is the last. We'll go ahead and get that approach mode set there. Localizer mode. Hasn't yet come in. I know it's about to. Go ahead and get the glide slope set too, because it looks like we're already up below it, above it rather. Oh, we missed that glide slope again. Come on. Get it back in there. Alright, it's coming back in. Should be okay. Yeah, we do have a nice thick bank of fog over the airport. That's lovely. Alright, glide slope's coming back in. We should be okay now. Alright, glide slope capture. We'll get the gear down. Set the missed approach altitude. Wait until, okay, we should have good glide slope capture now, so we can set the missed approach altitude. Check our crosswind at a slight left-right. Should be okay though. 9 miles per hour, so we'll set 5 above the VREF. VREF is 146, I believe. 145. approach speed will be 150. Coming up on that 4 mile ring, we'll get the landing flap set. It's 25. Going out now. Get the landing lights. I think we're going to be good this time. Taxi light on, and a continuous ignition. I can't get it from that angle. Where is it? There we go. My airplane. I know. Should be maintaining 150. Start slowing to 145. See here, does it nice. Again, this is the flight beam SFO.
300.
So there's
Approaching
145.
minimums.
Continuing.
Minimums.
Continuing. We were approaching continuing, and now we're
100.
Oh, that's a little off. Let's get that corrected.
50. 40.
A little slow.
30. 20. 10.
Throttle's idle. There we are. Reversers. Spoilers. Cancel the auto brakes. Cancel the spoilers. Cancel the reversers. Let's turn off here. And we'll get ready to make the second left. Nice. Alright, so we're going to try and pick up Bravo here. Or Alpha, really. Alright, just got a little taxi and checklist to do here. Stow the flaps and spoilers. It's done. Just follow Alpha with one eyeball, read the checklist with the other. Landing lights off. 1, 2, 3, 4. Come on. Off, off, off. Turn offs off. Hey, we got a new follower. I'll have to check on that in just a second. I'm doing 10 things at once, and that would be number 11. That is past my threshold. But thank you, whoever you are, for checking us out tonight. Where was I? Continuous ignition can come off. Oh, I got the strobe off as well. Let's get that over here. Continuous ignition can come off. APU start, we want to do that soon. Yeah, so the airport looks nice. Thank you, Flight Beam. Appreciate that. Wish my frame rate was a little better, but that's my crap hardware that you're seeing there. And I'm assuming whatever that artifact is floating in the sky is because of my crap hardware as well. I'm not going to blame Flight Beam for that. Whoop, where are we going? Over this way. Let's look at the airport diagram. I'm kind of not remembering where I need to go here. And we want to go down past that stuff. Alright, where did I leave off? Auto brake can come off. The smoking sign can come off. Releases the cabin crew to start getting ready for arrival. Weather radar off. Terrain radar off. That way we don't give our marshal a canceller. Transponder mode can go back into altitude. So lock on. That's it for the taxi in. We'll hit the taxi light when we get over to our gate, which I believe is this way. Yeah, so we got some weird rendering artifacts going on, but unfortunately my hardware just isn't up to the task in a lot of these really high-end payware airports. So, you know, with the level of detail turned down and things like that, you do get some weirdness. Overall quality of the scenery, I would say, is probably pretty high, but just getting some weirdness there. Oh, got the trams, look at that. Ah, pretty cool. We got the United building sign, and we actually got the tail fin of us United sitting over there. That's kind of neat. I had the static aircraft turned off, so I'm assuming that's a fellow VATSIM pilot there. I also think it's kind of cool that we had that Redwood that we followed in, and we actually saw him as a Virgin. Thank you, FLAI. Alright, where are we? Take this straight in one here. I do taxi in really, really slowly. Especially when my frame rates aren't great. But I tend to taxi pretty slowly anyway. If you're driving something that's over 300,000 pounds, you know, you kind of want to be gentle. Things I normally drive are 40,000 pounds. Alright, let's see if we can get the correct mark. I think we got some overlapping marks here. Not sure if that's intentional, or maybe I've got two versions of FSO rendering on top of each other, but let's bring it back in. Brakes, parking brake, taxi light off. Alright, APU gens on. Gen cutoffs. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get the seatbelt lights off. I keep forgetting that's down here on this airplane. Beacon light off. It's there, and wing light off, or wing light on rather. Get the fuel pumps off, all 30 of them. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Sorry, miscounted. Reset the trim to 6. You can do that before you shut the hydro pump down. Oop, other way. There we are. Now we can get hydro 4 ops, 1, 2, and 3 off. Get the wheel chocks and the doors. Obviously our ground crew will be doing that, but we access that over here in the FMC. ground connections, set the wheel trucks. Let's go back and let's move the doors. Left front entry open. Cargo, cargo, cargo. Let's see, we'll get the transponder into standby mode here. Again, let's make sure we don't accidentally squawk some emergency code. Director switches are yaw and yaw. Parking brake. Now that we got the truck set, we can take that off. Still says it in the lower left, but I think that the... Oop. Yeah, there we go. Make sure our chocks are set, we're not rolling. Okay, good. Now turn hydro pump 4 off. Off, I said. And we'll check our fuel and ETA. Now that's going to be off by a little bit because of the go around. Original ETA was 139. We've did another 20 minutes. Yeah, that was because of the go around. And we had expected to have 65.8 left in the tanks. Bet you we're... See, another third of an hour is another 7,000 pounds. So I bet you we're closer to 60. Let's see. Let's say 60.3. Yeah. Yep. So, conformed with expectations. Just that extra 20 minutes. Killed my estimate a little bit. Let's get this thing shut down. Air packs will go to off. Get the ground power and AC connected. Switch to external power once it's available. 1 and 2. Turn the APU off there. And we'll reset everything on the dash. That's the minimums reset. Oh, where is it? Isn't that resetting? Getting reset. Why aren't you resetting? Oh, whatever. Screw that. IAS you set to 2,000. 200 rather, duh. You gotta get at least one duh per stream, right? And the heading, we'll set back to 0. So, in the new 748 that PMDG released, there's this thing where the aircraft state is permanent across multiple users. So, in theory, if you're parking a 747 at San Francisco and another user is doing a flight in a 747 originating at San Francisco, they could be flying the quote-unquote same virtual airframe that you flew. And the state that you leave it in is going to be the state that they started in. And supposedly, if you leave little things like this undone, you get like marked down for it. So I think that's interesting. I think that I'm not sure how I feel about that. That maybe fosters a community where you're constantly telling everybody else what they did wrong, which, you know, I don't know how what's the word I'm looking for? How good that is for the community is as far as, like, you know, supporting each other. And you're basically setting up a system where you're looking for trying to catch each other on little things like that. But I don't know. I guess some people are into that idea. I'm perfectly fine with starting it from the same old and dark configuration every time and dealing with my own mess at the end. So I don't know. But it's an interesting idea. And I think it was released within the last day or two, or today, or yesterday, or sometime very, very recently. I know that PMDG's website was redone in anticipation of it, and then the official launch announcement came out shortly thereafter. So we'll see how that goes. I don't know how many people are going to be into that, and what kind of impact it's going to have on the community. We'll see. Anyway, so we finished resetting all the panel stuff. Let's go ahead and get the rest of the thing shut down, shall we? Logo lights. I'm going to zoom in on those. Logo's that one. Ring lights is that one. Nav lights is that one. Doors closed. Doors all. We'll turn off the ground power and AC. Turn off the IRS knobs. The emergency lights just went into effect there. IRS knobs, we'll turn the standby power back off. Emergency lights off. Oops. Nope. Off, there we go. Panel lights off, I don't think I turned any of them on. And the battery switch cover and battery switch. So there we are. Whoever has this airplane after me better not complain. I did it all. Hope so. But anyway, let's take a look at the that little go around. But anyway, I do appreciate you flying along with me tonight, and we'll do a little Slant LIMA adventure and let the clipper call sign live on. Are we ever going to see the slide analysis, or are we just going to crash out of the sim? Well, you know. I didn't have too many technical glitches during the flight, only pilot-induced ones. So, oh, there we go. No, I don't. I want to see the, yeah, that's what I want to see. So there was a little go around there. Not too bad. Yeah, vertical profile was much better on the second than the first. Yeah, not too bad. Alrighty, but I do thank you for flying along with us. Oh, and the new follower. So, DSTE Wart. I'm not even going to guess what kind of a wart that is supposed to be, but a daylight savings time E-wart. I have no idea. Anyway, I do appreciate the follow, so thank you for checking us out, and we will catch you all on the flip. Next stream is Friday. What would that be? I should probably have this in front of me before I start talking, huh? Good gracious. So, yeah, next one's going to be this coming Friday, the 28th, I believe that is. And what have I got on tap? Have anything special planned for that? Let's check out the schedule here. So, Friday the 28th, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, which is 2300 Zulu. Oh, this is going to be a good one. So if you're into, some of that SoCal Class Bravo VFR transition stuff, we're going to do that in X-Plane next Friday. The VATSIM Los Angeles Center has an event scheduled called Bravos at the Beach. And so we're going to take the X-Plane Beach Baron out, and we're going to do some of the VFR Bravo transitions over LAX, at least one of the Class Bravo VFR transitions over LAX. So if you ever wanted to see how that was done and what procedure and communication was involved, and of course we fly that Slant Alpha, as the channel implies, despite tonight's flight, which was definitely not Slant Alpha. But so we will fly that using traditional radio navigation, and we'll do one of the Bravo transitions right over LAX, and hopefully they'll be able to accommodate that while they've got their busy traffic going on. The whole purpose of those transition routes, though, is so that you can fly them with a minimum of ATC interaction, so it should be easy enough for them to clear us on that, even if they are busy, which they typically would be during an event. So we'll see how that goes. If we're not able to do that, then we'll come up with some sort of an alternate plan. Of course, that's also weather permitting, and an X-plane, it's not. Well, I mean, we might be able to manipulate the weather if we need to, but I hesitate to put in different weather than what the controllers are seeing, just because it does complicate their lives a little bit, especially during an event. So, at any rate, that's going to be the plan. So Friday night, 7 p.m. Eastern, 2300 Zulu time, Friday the 28th. And so we'll do some VFR flying over in SoCal, and hopefully you can get a chance to see one of those Bravo transitions flown with traditional radio navigation. All right, so I will catch you then. In the meantime, please feel free to hit us up on Twitter, @SlantAlpha. You can join our Discord server. Discord server link is in the lower right of your screen right there. And you can always email us as well, slantalphaadventures@gmail.com if you want to say hi, or if there's a particular type of flight or approach or whatever you want to see done, you can definitely let us know. All right, but we'll talk to you again this coming Friday. In the meantime, please travel safely in your own adventures and landings. Oh God, I'm an idiot. D. Stewart. Okay. D. Stewart, thank you very much for the follow.